What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport. Today we're just going to do a simple oil change on a 2010 BMW 550i GT. Probably matches up with many different models, but last time I did this, I remember I ran into some issues. It's got a unique plug to remove the oil, and the way the filter housing goes on, you got to make sure you get the rubber gasket on there properly. I'm going to show and explain all of that, and also what type of oil. I'm a big fan of the Mobil 1 in this BMW. 5W30 is what you want to use. I think last time I threw the extended, which is a little bit step up on the Mobil 1, but my wife doesn't drive the car that much. We end up changing the oil way before the mileage. I'm just doing it based on it's been probably 6-7 months, and I want to go ahead and change it out. So also filter. This isn't the best filter. I usually go with Man, but this is what they had available at the local auto parts store, and they threw it in for free when buying these quarts, so I went to Advance. This is it. I'll put the number there. Let's see here. SKU is 105555969, and this is a CarQuest. It's a drop-in filter. So the most unique thing about changing this oil, so first thing, you want to make sure you got the right Torx bit for your oil pan bolt. I've got this set of Pittsburgh, and ironically it doesn't have the one I need because it's got T40, 45, and 55. You need a T50, so you want to make sure you got that before you even get started. And then to take the oil filter out itself, there's a housing. It looks like it's got like a an Allen key bolt on the bottom, but ignore that. You just need to get a strap style filter remover, which is what I'm using up in there, or you can get the full cap size. I'm not sure exactly which one goes on there, but I've got one of the straps and it seems like it's going to work perfectly fine. I'm going to slide under there and show you guys exactly what I mean by that, exactly where you need to remove this, because there's a couple things you need to take off. So you don't have to take off the entire under tray here, this tray. Some people do, make it easier, but there's these little things here that you twist to open, and you pop them down, and one goes where your oil pan bolt, which that's that, and then your oil filter is going to be up under here, and you see that center looking bolt thing. Ignore that. You just need to get a strap around it like that and twist it off, and you can even see they've got arrows on there how to get it off. So 25 Newton meters. We're just going to make it tight, really snug, so that it doesn't have any leaks. I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to drain this and then pull that out, and I'm going to show you guys how you get the O-rings on there properly, because I did it the wrong way last time I did this oil change, and oil went everywhere when I started the car. And I don't want you guys to have that problem at home. Also, make sure you get a nice big tray to catch your oil, because I think there's 8 quarts in there, or a little bit more. I'll put that on the screen now, and also put it in the description. Probably mention it a little bit later too when we're filling the oil. Let's go ahead and get this drained out, and I'll show you how I'm going to do the oil filter housing, how that comes out, and fill you in on any other issues I might run into. I can't do anything about it. Well, the problem is there's a cap in the center, and I think it closed when I opened. Okay, while the oil is draining, let me go ahead and show you guys the oil filter. So it's your typical drop-in. We're going to pull that out once the oil is fully drained. And it comes with your crush ring, which is going to go on your filler. So you want to make sure you put the new one on there and tighten it up. I'll put the Torx spec on there now, but it's probably 25 Newton meters like the filter housing. And this is your O-ring. So I'm going to show you guys where that goes. We're going to pull the housing out right now. That was hot. Okay, so make sure you take note of where the rubber gasket is, because last time I think I put it up here, or I can't remember. I went all the way down with it, and I had a hell of a leak. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the filter here. Now, ironically, I just pulled this CarQuest filter out, and check that out. It says Mall on it. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm guessing they just brand it in a CarQuest box, and you end up with this filter because there's probably not a whole bunch of people making BMW filters out there. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and take this rubber off. Now I use this little Harbor Freight pick tool, and like I said, just make sure you take note where it is. It's the second little gap up in case you've already taken yours off and you can't remember where it goes, which is what I kind of did, and I couldn't find a video on it. I just had to kind of play around with it until I felt like it was right. Now I've got some old oil in there. I'm going to dump all that out, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop my new filter in. And I'm guessing it's, let me see here. Okay, so the smaller gap right there is going to face down, and this larger hole here is going to face up. That way it pops onto, there's a little pop-on thing. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that out, and we'll put the filter in. Okay. So that just pops on like that. Just make sure it does snap in. We'll get our new O-ring or gasket. Go down here. All right. And there's another little O-ring in here. And I'm not sure what that goes on. I can't remember if I used that the last time. I don't think it goes inside anywhere, and it doesn't. Oh, you know what? I bet you this is a little drain hole here, and I bet that goes in there. I didn't even think about that. So that's probably so you can pre-drain your oil filter. Did not think about that. So that's what that is there. So it looks like a pre-drain. Sure, everybody's going to comment below and tell me that's exactly what that is. But I just realized it. So I've never taken this little screw out because it wasn't necessary. And obviously you'd get leaks if you took that out, if you didn't replace this little gasket that probably goes up in there. All right, so that's for pre-draining your filter housing instead of burning yourself like I did. So you can use that as a little tip. I'm going to go ahead and screw my filter housing back up in there. Get my crush washer on our oil pan bolt. Get our oil pan bolt back up in there, and we're going to fill her up, start her up, and make sure everything's good. Alright guys, so your oil drain bolt is going to be 25 Newton meters, what I found online. Also underneath the oil filter housing, I saw that it said 25 Newton meters. I think that's for the bolt that's in the middle. It also says 10 Newton meters, which is for the actual housing to be tightened up. So I just snug it really good, and you're going to go ahead and use 25 Newton meters on this. So I'm going to go ahead and get that up in there, which is about, I think, 18 foot-pounds. So let's get this in there. That crush washer just needs to basically get up there snug, and you should be good. And then we'll go ahead and add our oil, start it up, and go from there.
We're just always doing oil.
All right, guys, so it's 9 quarts of oil, or 8.5 liters. So that's what I was looking at, the liters of it. So we're going to pretty much put in right around 8 quarts. We're going to start it, check our dipstick, because we got to bring it back down off of these ramps. Also, we want to look for any leaks. So we're going to add about a quart, check up underneath the car, make sure nothing funky's happening, no leaks. And then we'll add enough to get it started, make sure no leaks. And then we'll be good to go as long as we get it down level and check our dipstick.
I have to charge when I got the window rolled down. Fudge.
All right, let's go ahead and start her up. I almost forgot, this thing has a digital dipstick, so you can't actually check the dipstick. So you got to start it, bring it down, level it out. So let's go ahead and start it, make sure we don't got any leaks. All right, once it's started, go up underneath the car, and I think we're looking good. So I'm gonna pull all that stuff out, back it down, check our level, add what's needed, and that's gonna be it. All right, let's go ahead and check our level. So you're gonna go to menu. Once you click on menu, this is gonna come up. You're gonna go down to vehicle info, vehicle status, and then scroll down to engine oil level and just click OK. And it should, yeah, it says measuring engine oil. So give it a little bit, it'll tell you exactly where you're at. Oh, right there. We're like half a quart shy of the max. It's actually in a good level, so I probably might not. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit more just to be closer to the max, but we periodically add oil. If you guys own one of these cars, you know it burns off a lot of oil, and so we're periodically adding a quart when it tells us to, which when it's at its minimum. So this is a full quart right here from what I understand. All right, guys, once again, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. Hopefully this helped one of you guys out if you need to change your own oil on a BMW 550i GT. Have a great day.